Hey, what's up guys? My name is Caden. Welcome to this track guide for the Radical SR10 at Watkins, Glen for the boot layout. A couple notes to start with. I'm on low fuel right here, and the track conditions are basically optimal. So, depending on the track conditions, account for a few seconds off. Coming into turn 1 here, I like to brake just about the 200 right about here on the ground. We're going to do a nice hard brake early, and then we're going to trail off. Comb down those gears pretty quick. You're going to want to get down to third. Fourth is going to feel pretty natural, but the rev range is going to be way too low for the exit. If you get down to third, you're going to be able to get a lot of drive off the exit. Make sure you're getting your tires into this groove. You're not really going over because it'll just bump the car. Hop on power just about when you hop off that apex. Track limits, edge of tire, edge of curb. Coming on into the bus stop here. Make sure you're not crossing the track too much. There is a little bit of a crown in the road, and I'm not too sure if these cars bottom out on that. If you hop in like a prototype like an LMP2 and you cross over the road multiple times, it'll just scrub a bunch of speed off. Just be aware of that. It's somewhere like around here on the road. Might be a good defensive tactic. If you can squeeze a guy onto that, they'll just drop back while you side draft them. Secret tech. Coming in, gonna be braking just about this Marshall post here. Braking, get your turn in. Gonna be trying to get as close to the barrier here on the right here as possible. Try to straighten it. Get your turn in. Brakes off. A little bit of throttle, and then once we're starting to finish our rotation to go left, we're gonna hop on power again. Make sure you're really abusing these curbs on exit here, so that you can maximize the speed you're taking out. It's gonna force you a bit left. Come off the power once you go over this darkened piece of tarmac. The car's just gonna slide. You can't really rotate it on after the exit of the bus stop. Just gonna give it a little bit of power every so often. Try to maintain that speed a slight bit while it rolls through the corner. Right about here, edge of this tarmac to a couple car lengths down, around where you should be getting on power. This tarmac's a pretty good reference point for getting on power. Gonna just continue to try to keep that rotation going. You're gonna end up using a lot of the track here. Just try to commit, get the car, and just continue rotating the car. Get car right. Start braking. There's these tire marks here. Might not be able to see it in the race. Brake about a car length behind this drainage port. Gonna rotate in late, really late. Look for this almost kind of weird bump. So if we go back, it's kind of a bit more straighter over here, and then the corner kind of like bends in a weird way. Gonna start hopping on power when you see that. Gonna use all the track on exit, get onto this curb. Start getting the car left right here. Gonna start braking just before this 100-meter board, around like 150. Gonna brake when you turn in. The corners can kind of mostly support you. Once you're about halfway through the corner, trees on either side of the screen, clear sky in the middle, or you're gonna start hopping on power. Use all the track on exit. Just make sure to commit to the car. Coming in this corner here. I like to use these tire tracks very much. These tire tracks are good for a lot of cars. I use them here. I'm gonna downshift, rotate in, and then you're gonna power out just about when the corner starts leaving you, and it just gets less dirty. Power out. There's no off track out here. Use all the track. Get right. Again, I really like using these tire marks. Tire marks are pretty much the GOAT status for braking references on this track. So there's these tire tracks right here. Get a bit thicker, more in line compared to these tracks. So we're gonna be aiming for this track right here. Start braking. Do a lot of your braking early. This corner crests, so if you try to rotate when it's cresting, you get that spin out, and it's gonna be really annoying. So rotate. We're gonna late apex. We're gonna wait. Just use a little bit of management throttle, keeping the car through the corner, and then once you start seeing the grandstands and all that jazz, we're gonna use the full get back on power for that exit. Coming in this corner, start doing micro lift around the 100, go down to 20, and then once you reach the apex, you can get back on power. I'm not a big fan of crossing this curb, even though the off track, it's not really even tire to edge of this curb. It's somewhere out here. No idea where it is, but you gotta cross that curb again, and it's just extra distance. So I prefer to keep it tight. Can try experimenting with it, just what I like to do. You're gonna get left. Once again, we're using tire marks for our braking point. So we're gonna start braking around these tire marks. Go brake for the tire marks. Get your braking done early. You're gonna want to power out before you even hit the apex of this corner. So just about when we start crossing the pit entry line, we're gonna start hopping on power. Careful on your exit right here. If you bump, this car seems to be very fragile to that wall on the left right there. And coming across the line, that's a lap of Watkins Glen. Thank you guys for watching. I do coaching services for $15 an hour. My Discord link is in the description. If you have any questions, please DM me on Discord or leave a comment. And just like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day.